We are the Morning Hustle.
What's good, baby? It's the Morning Hustle Show. L'Oreal, Kyle Santillian, Alton Walker's here, and we're blessed today, man. We got some guests in the building that are dedicated to making change to the community.
Yeah.
We're going to start with this brother, John Taylor the second?
The third.
The third.
Three of them.
Third. He don't know how to count lines.
Three of them.
John Taylor the third is that what I need to do is put my glasses on, but I ain't going to do that right
he's
now.
He's definitely been on the Morning Hustle Show a couple times before.
For sure, man. He's the director of the Black Male Initiative, and he's back once again.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And he's got some company with him today, man. This man is the myth, the legend. He's back out here, and he's doing good for the community.
Yes.
He don't need no further introduction. Big Meech is here.
Big Meech.
Yes, sir.
What's up, bro? You good?
I'm great. I'm great.
Hey, I saw you last night. Came out.
Yeah, with Pretty Ricky.
Yeah.
How
you
that
know,
felt, man?
Man, it felt great, man, to receive the love from the city and to show my love for the city. You know, it was great.
Is this
Yeah.
your first time, like, touching the
21
stage in Atlanta?
In 21 years, it's the first time being back without having chains on.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's
How does
crazy.
it how does it feel to just be in the city of Atlanta? That's a city that's definitely made different changes for you, respected you, loved you, and always supported you. It's like a second home.
Yeah, it's definitely a second home. You know, damn near first.
Yeah,
But,
some people think you
know,
from Atlanta.
Yeah, from Atlanta. You know, but I'm from Detroit. But
What up, though?
definitely it was. Definitely it was great. It's great seeing where the city is at right now, and feeling that warmth and embrace from the city. How they went to screaming last night. It was.
That's
good.
crazy.
It was
Yeah,
good,
man.
you
Yeah, I heard
know.
somebody threw some draws at you.
I mean,
panties.
Pleasure P. You know, he the one. You know, he called me up like, bro, I want to bring you out on stage, big homie. You know, and I'm like, shit, make it happen. I'm coming up there for the Black Initiative thing anyway. So.
Right.
Yeah. But as a different person, you're coming back as a different person. You left
Absolutely.
the city, the biggest drug dealer in the
Yes,
game,
yes.
and you coming back to change the community and you know,
Change the narrative.
change the narrative. Yeah.
Yes. You know, during my time, not to glorify it, but during my tenure, them years back, you know, that was for me. I felt that was the only way to like make my presence felt and to change my situation. Now, fast forward, 21 years later, being home, you know, we living in the information era, and there's so much you can do now to further your agenda in life, like to really be on top and pay your bills and all that, and live a little bit above average. It's a lot to do now.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do what I did. those
Different
years
ways
back.
to make money.
So that's
Right.
that's what I'm here for, to explain that to the people. Like, you shouldn't have to go do a long prison bid or none of that. What I did in order to succeed in life. You know what I'm saying?
How do you get that message across? Because I'm pretty sure that you're so influential, right? And your story is so influential. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there that are like, I'm trying to do it how Big Meech did it. But now that you're in a different space in your life, how do you get that message across to say, no, I know I did it like that. I know y'all know me from this, but that really ain't it.
Well, it's a lot of people, now, since I've been gone a long time, it's a lot of people that took lessons from me and done it legit and pay their respects to me as well right now. You know what I'm saying? So along with me being who I am and coming from that life, they respected more to hear from me. Don't nobody want to hear, if you worth $1 billion and you got a Bugatti and you living that life, but you never done nothing in the street, they don't respect it. Like, you can't tell a person, hey, don't do that. You can't deter nobody from crime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so coming from me saying, hey, look, it's a better way in life now. You know what I'm saying?
It's
a
more
better
authentic.
way. It's a better way to do things now legitimately, and you don't have to spend not one day in prison.
Yeah. Now, me and John, you have been doing so many great things in the community. I met you through Marvin. Big shout out to Marvin and Mobilize Justice.
Yeah.
But we were canvassing and going door to door trying to get people out there to vote for the presidential election.
That's right.
Now, how did you and Meech link up, and why Meech?
So look,
shout out to Marv, man. All love
Yes.
to the OGs from Mobilize Justice, right? The reality is Marv set up the play, and the reason why I think it has to be Meech is, like we say it all the time at BMI, the initiative is all you need. Like, we talk about the history and what the OG went through and that they set him down for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
But we also have to talk about the fact that he built an enterprise. He built an industry. There were a number of businesses that were created and existed because of the work that those brothers did. It's not fair for us to just want to talk about the sweet part, the parties, the kicking it, and everything else,
Right.
and not talk about the work.
That's right.
There's work ethic.
Yeah.
There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into creating the industry. Like he said a few seconds ago, he didn't have any other opportunities that he saw.
Right.
So what we're doing now, he's one of millions of black men and women who have suffered through incarceration, and now they coming home. Our responsibility is to make sure that nobody gets left behind.
That's right.
So when we talk about these restorative justice summits, when we talk about creating opportunities for folks to capitalize off their experience, it's super important, right, that we give every opportunity for folks to come back into our community.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I feel like it's an important time for this to happen. I have folks that are in jail right now, and the feds all at drug charges, and they're trying to figure out when they come home, what are they going to do? We just had a situation when you look at Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah.
He's actually still on house arrest, and he decided to, well, allegedly commit a crime while on house arrest because he felt like he wasn't going to be able to get any money if that situation wasn't panned out right. So where do we, I know we're starting here, but like what's the real goal like that we're trying to do, or how do we get these guys to say, okay, we're going to come to the summit instead of resorting to what we know?
Yeah. Well, so the reality is this. The summit is one step, right? But the real thing is us figuring out the pathway so that we can be gainfully employed, so that we can do things that we care about, so that we can build industry in our own community. The name of the game is self-sufficiency. You know what I'm saying? So many times we're begging for a seat at the table, but you flip one politician, you put one person in place, you still ain't passing no legislation. You still ain't moving no ordinances. People still hungry. No matter who get elected, we still hurting in the hood.
Yeah.
So it's solving the problem of that disconnect. So we out here teaching folks how to grow crops. We teaching folks how to vacuum seal, pressure seal, you know what I'm saying, put food up. We teaching folks how to raise livestock. We teaching folks how to do carpentry, how to do electrical work, how to make their own clothes. We're teaching people how to create our own industries.
Yeah.
You don't want me to knock somebody over the head for their check? Show me how to make my own.
Right.
Stop limiting access so I can survive.
Yeah.
And it all starts really with the humanity.
How's it been received, man? When you guys are going out and you're implementing these services, how's it been received?
Oh, bro, it's amazing. So, like, in 2024, we knocked on 1.6 million doors inside of Metro Atlanta and the surrounding counties. 1.8 million attempted conversations. We talked to 759,000, and our doors are all black men and women and people of color.
Fire.
We had over 100,000 people. 7 other organizations tried to reach them. We were the only people to record actual content with them. Because as we say all the time, we speaking from truth.
Right.
I'm not going to knock on your door and say, hey, are you registered to vote? Nah, bro. Have you eaten?
Right.
What's your life like?
Right.
How your kids doing?
Right.
What you need? Because if we start with the material condition shift, what you need, our 5 pillars of work, education, civic engagement, criminal restorative justice, economic empowerment, black mental health and wellness. We eat, sleep, breathe this shit. Every day we believe in it.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's good
And
stuff.
I know we're keeping everything positive. There's just the other day, you just was video with your brother with Southwest C.
yeah.
And some people thought that you guys had an issue. I know the internet can kind of make up narratives. He was at your mom's birthday party, I believe, and he said you can't come. But the truth was you couldn't travel.
He never, right. He never,
Yeah,
he
you
never
couldn't
said,
travel.
They took his words out of content. He never said that I couldn't come, you know. And even from my probation officer, supervised release officer, she was like, the weather is good in Miami. Bring her to Miami. I was like, I want to go up here for my mom's birthday. She's 78.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, nah, bring her to Miami. You know, so it's not in a bad way. It was just that when I got off the ankle monitor on January 27th, I started supervised release. So I was in the halfway house. I was in the halfway house, but you under BOP, FBOP restrictions. So it's like you in out custody.
Okay.
So you limited to what you can say and everything.
That's why you
what I'm
weren't
saying?
doing interviews.
That's why I
and,
wasn't doing
yeah.
nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because anything I can do or say wrong, if they don't like it, they can send me back to prison.
Right.
Like they gave me a Resilient Award, the Arc of the City for Miami, right? I couldn't even show up. They're like, what you gonna say? You gonna do a speech? What you gonna say? I'm like, I'm gonna thank them for getting the award. They wouldn't even let me go.
They're
So
like, you can't say thank you.
I had to send my son on my behalf to get that. The mayor, everybody was there. Police, I'm like, chief police, the mayor, both mayors in Miami was there, and they still wouldn't let me go. So it's like, it was so limited. Now, once I got on supervised release, once I started that, they was like, okay, well, give us 60 days before you ask to go out of town or out of the country. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I was able to go to Detroit before coming here, and that was within 45 days, because my daughter had open heart surgery. Was having open heart surgery. She had it. It was a success.
Okay.
Thank
God.
Yeah, thank God. And that's what brought me to Detroit. And I was able to do the interview with Bezo and see my mom and do all this stuff while I was there.
How was it seeing your brother?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, and your family. I know that had to be amazing.
Like, we don't have no issues. Those issues was in the past. That was between what we was doing at the time.
Yeah.
We not doing that no more. We leave the past in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be like God, forgiving.
Yeah.
Facts.
And we talked about Lil Meech. He's been on the show a couple times, and he told me that you will watch him on the show and be like, nah, that's not how I was. You would get upset.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll be like, man, I don't wear my shoes.
Like that.
I got big feet. I wear 13. Like you gotta loosen the shoestrings. I don't wear my. That's not the deep way.
So it wasn't even a
That's
storyline. It
hilarious.
was more so like, I don't wear my clothes like that.
Yeah, man. Man.
That's what you was worried about?
I mean, being me or just being anybody that's have a story that's depicted on their life, you're gonna be highly critical.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that when you're doing these type of shows, that they can't do everything perfect. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I wish I could tell the story in the 80s like how it really was. You know what I'm saying? But then they would take take it as I'm glorifying that era. In a way you are, because we was young, making a lot of money, and that was the first era for young people making money like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm highly critical on how he played me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Could it be a time, though, where maybe it's just you put it in a book, an autobiography?
That's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was going to say
I got more stuff coming. I got a lot of stuff coming. I'm working on a network deal right now.
Okay.
That'd be good.
It's because I feel like everyone's told your story except
but
for you,
Right.
right?
So it's good to hear from me. I'm tired of hearing Meech think like this. You don't know how.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But that brings me to some of the things that there's parts of the show, and I'm like, I wonder how accurate it is. You know what I mean? You talked about the clothes being
Probably
inaccurate.
60-40.
About 60-40?
I say 60-40.
Okay.
60-40 accurate. A lot of things is you got some things that's dramatized and you got some things that's downplayed, because again, they really not trying to glorify. But I don't know how you get glorifying drugs or glorifying a drug dealer, how you get that mixed up in telling the story. You telling the story. So don't take it as I'm glorifying something. You want me to downplay everything?
Right.
That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So you got to, but at the same time, you got to downplay some things to protect the innocent.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say glorifying, but I had the pleasure of being at certain parties when I was young. I wasn't supposed to be in the clubs, but I would be at Cameo when you had your birthday parties and one of my homegirls was in the mix. So I knew a lot about y'all as far as like, I don't feel like people are capturing, and I would always be like, it's never going to be another BMF. Because you would walk up to Cameo or Privé, y'all cars would be lying down. Y'all got everything. You be in a club, you be like, open bar for the rest of the night. And everybody just run to the bar and go. So it's not that I'm like glorifying the drug dealing part. I'm talking about the part where you was actually taking care of the people around you.
Like I never showed that. Like the feds will tell you, the DEA will tell you, they never had no evidence on me. I signed for 30 years with no evidence against me.
Wow.
Only thing that would have convicted me going to trial is my lifestyle. How you living like that?
But you have billboards in Atlanta.
I mean, I got billboards to promote my record company and my Juice magazine.
Yeah.
So I don't have billboard. I'm not promoting drugs on the billboard.
But I do remember the BMF, the world is BMFs.
I mean, everybody got, if you look at the entertainment industry, which is what it is, remember it's entertainment, you got people that glorify certain movies or people that influence them. So Scarface, the good and the bad part of it was influential in my life. I learned what to do and what not to do. You see what I'm saying? Like kill my best friend that married my sister.
Right.
You know, like the situation with Tony and Manny. You know, so it's what I'm saying is like the billboards was for me to reach out to people, like really put the brand on the before brand wasn't no internet.
That's right. That's true.
So
That's
you gotta
true.
understand, I'm branding.
It was a couple. It wasn't just one.
Other people, the higher ups or other races, they already been branding, like from Walmart to Chick-fil-A and different places. Like they branding because they got restaurants everywhere, they got signs everywhere. So I branded BMF, BMF Entertainment. That's what I'm pushing. I'm not pushing BMF drug lords or BMF kilos or none of that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
still trying to get the music
right.
out.
I'm pushing BMF and Juice magazine. So I'm spending my money.
Juice magazine, I forgot.
Right. I'm spending my money. Like we won the Dirty Award. Nobody talk about that. We beat Ozone out. You know.
Yeah.
Back then, the first Dirty Awards. You know what I'm saying? Like it's things that we did that they kind of downplay when it comes to us, as far as in the entertainment industry.
So a lot of rappers was behind you when it came to you being outside, going to the clubs, going to the strip clubs, throwing 20s on the strippers.
Right.
But when it comes to now this new initiative, is there still that same amount of people reaching out? Or any of the rappers that was around before reaching out?
Well, you know, like I say that a lot of the Detroit rappers is in a better position than when I left. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the Detroit rappers is behind me. You know, of course you got Atlanta, you know, the rappers, rest in peace, the Scooter.
Yeah.
Scooter was with me 1,000%, you know what I'm saying? And you got Atlanta, Lil Baby and them. And, everybody that's down here, they do their due diligence. They done came and supported me and seen me when I came home.
Because you're putting your boots on the ground now. This is something a little different. Yes. And I feel like this is going to show who's really behind you, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is this, I'm gonna make my way through the door anyway. I'm going to kick the door in. You know, I don't believe in sitting back waiting. I'm my own man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a leader for a long time in life. A leader of men and women, other people, period. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really waiting on no certain support to come through and help me, you know. Like if you smart, that would be something that you would do, take initiative to do on your own.
That's right.
What's your plan right now?
At the end of the day, you know, my play is to get a network deal, get my son doing what he do best, acting.
Okay.
And bring my real story to life and bring some other stories to life.
So it's almost like an entertainment company, but now not just music. You can expand it into acting because you got your son in there.
Right.
You could do it publishing if you get the book deal popping. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's the plan.
Okay,
that's the plan to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't plan to fail. We fail to plan.
I feel that.
You know?
One thing I love about your story, and it was depicted in the show as well, is your love for family. And you know what I'm saying? We talk about, Lil Meech has been up here with us. What kind of conversations do you have with him? You know what I mean? As a father, you went through what you went through, so he doesn't have to go through that.
Right.
But also, he's gone into a world that now he's introducing you to with the acting. What kind of conversations do y'all two have?
Well, like for me and him, I let him know that what he's doing, as far as the acting, that's his talent. That's his talent. You know what I'm saying? He's talented in that. They call him One Take Jake. A lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So like here, but while I was in prison, I would talk to the directors and producers, and they's like, look, he's so gifted that he'll do one take, he'll do it right in one take, but he'll give them 2 takes just to have 2 to choose from.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's his gift. That's he's talented in that field. You know what I'm saying? So I just encourage him as best I can, and let him know, as being a young person, I was young before too.
Yeah.
So, I spent all my money. I didn't have drug problems, all that, you know what I'm saying, as a young person. But you learn, you grow out of it. I'm like, the feeling that you have when you have nothing and no one on your side, you don't ever want to feel like that again. The feeling that you have when you're on top, you want to feel like that forever.
Right. Yeah.
So remember that.
So when you have those moments, John, let's talk about, because I know one thing about Black men, and that's that y'all do not like to admit when y'all need help or when y'all are going through an emotional struggle.
Especially me.
Especially you. So this is why this is great. And I think this is amazing that the two of you are linking up. Because when you have somebody that understands how it is to not come to nobody for nothing or not need any help, and then you who literally helps all the Black men, in the community, anybody that comes to you, where do you meet that struggle? How do you make that happen?
So, I think it really starts with the humanity, first and foremost. Like, the thing we try to get folks to understand is that as a movement home, we want to see BMI as a place where, and that's why we do these men's circles, right? We want to see a place where brothers can come and have real conversations about what they're struggling with, about what they care about what they're building and what they need, and do it in a way so that you're not getting G-checked. Ain't nobody pulling your card. Ain't nobody disrespecting you. There's no dishonor in you shedding a tear, saying you stressed. Because the way we look at it, from the moment a Black man wake up, he got stress on.
Yeah.
From the moment you kick your feet over the edge of the bed, it's something on you. Mm-hmm. We created BMI because there were no safe spaces for Black men. Everywhere we judged, everywhere we followed, everywhere we're criticized. So what does it look like for us to create a space where we could say, hey man, I know you don't want to ask for help. I don't want to ask either. But guess what? You really don't have to ask for help. Mm-hmm. It's here.
Yeah.
Whenever you need it. Whatever you need is here. So we also have to meet people where they are. Because there's a reason why we don't ask for help. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's weakness. That's when you get taken advantage of. So what happens when it's a space where you're guaranteed, on God, on game, mm-hmm. Nobody here is taking advantage of you. As a matter of fact, I don't want nothing from you but for you to be better. I want you to be healed. Mm-hmm. I want you to know love. I want you to feel safe. See, when they picked my daddy up off the streets in Cleveland, right? I was like 10 years old. I saw my daddy on Tuesday. Wednesday, no daddy. Thursday, no daddy. Friday, Saturday, no daddy. I'm asking my mama, where my daddy at? It took 1.5 years for him being processed and getting to Mansfield State Penitentiary before I could lay eyes on him again.
Wow.
He spent over 4 years in a state facility. But see, my dad never came home. The guy that came home, that was not the same father I knew. So what happens when you survive in those conditions and you got to come home, but ain't nobody preparing you? These streets smell different. They look different. They feel different. You different. So if we're not creating spaces to allow these brothers to reacclimate into society, and these sisters, if we're not creating spaces to allow us to have real honest conversation about what we need to be healed, And if we not being brave, like OG being brave.
Yeah.
Like when you hear Big Meech talk about the relationship he has with his son, bro. Man, I wish my daddy dead. Like, I've been smiling at this man all day because in my mind, this is what OGs need when they come home.
Right.
What is the pathway for us to have restorative justice for each and every one of our folks? We all make mistakes. But why is it in this country when we make mistakes as black men, we do 30? And now you was talking about it with Pusheisty. Now they ain't even putting us in the jail no more. We ain't going to prison no more. They putting you on 10, 15, 30 years of probation. So they extracting.
Yeah.
That's new slavery.
Yeah, it is.
They extracting economics off of your back and waiting on you to violate for anything.
Yes.
But ain't no wraparound services. I can't get no job. I can't get no car. I can't go back to school. Don't nobody trust me. Don't nobody give me a chance. So of course I'm going to violate.
Yeah.
And then what? Now I'm on 30 years probation, which really means it's 30 years I can't vote. It's 30 years I can't plug into the system. It's 30 years that I can't get the help I need. So now I'm in my 40s, on my 50s. The world has passed me by. They treat us like we're disposable. That's the connection for Black Male Initiative.
Yeah.
Not one more brother gets left behind. Not one more sister gets left behind.
I
That
feel like
leads me. I wanted to ask too, because that leads me to the whole idea that they paint jail as a correctional facility. You understand what I'm saying? And especially you, Meech, as somebody that spent so much time there. Obviously, there's not correction going on in terms of if anybody's having correction. In my mind, you're doing it on your own.
You got to do it on your own.
Right? You know what I mean?
You got to take the initiative. You got to get in the correct mental space yourself. And it took time.
Right.
Being a guy like myself that's done so much time and then went to jail with no evidence. You always have
crazy.
The feds will tell you. It ain't like I'm glorifying myself. The feds, the DEA, they'll tell you. They had nothing on me. Never heard me talk about drugs. Never seen me with no drugs. Never seen me make a sale or none of that. Just my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And me being so flamboyant.
They couldn't understand
But I
it.
had my mind frame then was like, if you want to live regular, get a job. You see what I'm saying? So I did everything over the top because I was really trying to be successful in the legitimate world and leave the drug world alone. But they wouldn't allow me to make that transition. I think Farrakhan said it. You could pull it up online where he was like, you let the Kennedys do it. Why you ain't let Big Meech do it? You let him cross over. And become legit. You see what I'm saying? So,
How did you feel when you heard him say that?
I mean,
That's Farrakhan, you know?
One thing about me, I love to be right.
Yeah.
I love to be right. So to know that, it was the right way to do wrong, but they just didn't allow me to make that transition. That felt good. But what he was saying about prison reform or it being a correctional facility, it's like you in there, you got to take the initiative yourself to be like, I don't want to do no more time.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do what it takes to get time. And it took me a while. Like I said, it took me over 10 years of being in prison to be like, man, I don't want to do this.
10
You know what I'm
years.
saying?
But that's because everybody was like,
Before you had
Big
that
Meech,
mindset.
Big
Yeah,
Meech.
man.
Yeah.
Because, you still Big Meech. I'm still in the Big Meech mind frame. You know what I'm saying? And being good at what I did, whether it was right or wrong, being good at what I did, I was good at what I did at the time. So it took me time to look around prison, like, come on, man, you waking up with dudes every day. You see, you smelling nuts and butts. Like it's bad. And then you can't even look at a woman like yourself too long because it's like reckless eyeballing or something. Not that they would do me like that because of who I am, because I always held myself to a certain standard. To me, image is everything.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I always act like I'm on film, which is the reason why I had no evidence against me. That's why I act like I'm on film, I'm on camera at all times. So even being locked up, I held myself to a certain standard. I carry them. So when they put me in the shoe and I do 2-3 years in the shoe, I read me some books. You know, I keep my sanity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing nothing out of the ordinary for a CO to be like, oh, we had Big Meech back here. He was crying.
Yeah.
Right.
Or he was kicking on the door. Or he was doing, you know, all kind of stupid stuff. So it really was like a self-check. But at the same time, I was looking so forward to the future of being home. And then you had people like Rick Ross with the song Kept My Name Alive. You had other artists like Future and Lil Baby and all these artists and the Detroit artists that kept my name alive. 50 Cent with the series, you know, helped keep my name alive, the brand alive. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I looked at. I look forward to capitalizing off that. We got 10.5 million viewers every Friday.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? For 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
How can I not make something out of that?
That's right. But you know what? I do want to, you talked about the Rick Ross record, which is obviously a huge record even to this day. Did you know about it ahead of time, and how was it when you first heard the record?
I knew about it afterwards, and it was crazy because people thought I would have an issue with, oh, he's saying your name, he don't even know you. But I know E-Class.
Yeah, E-Class. Shout out E-Class.
Yeah, I knew E-Class, and I've been knowing E-Class since Po' Boy Entertainment, since the early 90s when he was riding around in the van, and he used to bring Ross to, like, the Cameo.
Yeah, he did.
So we didn't have a buddy relationship, but he respected me as a man and what I was doing at the time, and he looked, which Ross is good with a lot of the guys that's out of Miami or anywhere else that's been kingpins. You know?
Yeah.
He's very instrumental in even helping you when you come home, like in some type of way.
That's dope.
I think that was it was timing there, because how I knew about Jeezy was through BMF and the connection that y'all all had, because he had a crew, y'all had a crew, and when you would ever see Jeezy when he was first coming up, it would be a bunch of guys behind him. Sometimes it would be y'all, you know. So I think
he was with us.
He was with y'all. Yeah, I didn't want to say all that, but he was with y'all.
He was with us.
That's how I knew him.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
He was with us, and we pushed his narrative. You know
Yeah, so I think when him
fullest.
and Ross were going at it and he made the song, I think that's what they did.
That was an unfortunate misunderstanding. I think they rectified it.
Yeah.
You know, later on in life, but I couldn't have a problem with Ross because Jeezy is really family. You know what I'm saying? My part is to make him see the way. Like, come on, what did you tripping off of?
Yeah.
Like, he paying homage to me. It doesn't matter whether he was part of the crew or none of that. You know what I'm saying? You part of the crew, but we not going in depth so you can get a case.
That's right.
Out of it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it was just them being young and, going through things. And that's what a lot of these young people don't understand. Like, a lot of people that you end up beefing with or becoming your enemy for whatever reason when you're young, they can turn around and be your best friend.
I know. Is there anyone you want to rectify anything with? Because I feel like having this Black Men's Initiative event that y'all are doing and giving back in that kind of way, is there any situation that you have that you're like, I just want to put it to the side, or do you just ignore any kind of issues from the past?
I mean, if it's negative, I ignore it, because you got people that they just on pushing a negative narrative. You see what I'm saying? So anything you say, you can never say the right thing.
Okay, right.
He glorifying himself. He doing this, he doing that. No, I'm telling my story. I got a story to tell. While I'm trying to deter people from crime, I still got a story to tell. This is my story. I can't act like I always didn't want to sell drugs or whatever the case may be. That was my only option. It wasn't a choice. Like, that's like they say Big Meech can run a Fortune 500 company, the way he had all these people together from all these different places. Yeah, but you knew that from what? From me selling drugs.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you know that I can run a Fortune 500. You didn't know that because of my education.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I had a 9th grade education. You see what I'm saying? I dropped out of school. I passed to go to the 10th grade, and I dropped out. Okay? I chose the streets because I got tired of living the way that I was living and seeing my family suffer like that, going to church, praying for everything, praying for the WIC program box to drop, and Focus Hope, and shopping at Value Village and Kmart's and Kresge's and Shoppers World. You see what I'm saying? Value City. I did all that. I never went to the mall until I started selling drugs.
I think a lot of people don't see that, because I grew up in church and I hear them preaching on, how to, you got to get off of this. You got to stop. But it's like, what else am I going to do?
But you want me to pay my tithe.
But you want to pay out, right? Like, what else I'm going to do is like, you going to give me a job or I can't get a job.
Right.
So what else I'm going to do? So this is what and I'm pretty sure when people get out of jail, it's like, what I'm going to do? I don't have nothing. So sometimes I go right back into it.
I mean, nobody talks about the fact that when you come out, you on papers or you on parole, and you got restitution, and you got to go make these visits with your PO, and once you get done with that, you got supervised release, and ain't nobody helping you get a job, but they'll violate you if you don't get one, and there are no services there for you to do resume writing, to get your skills set up. Like we started a company called True Justice, right? This is justice-impacted persons who learned how to sew and do tailor work with offcuts while they was in prison. BMI, all the clothes that's coming out in our BMI clothing line is made by justice-impacted persons.
That's fire.
The organization, the company is run by a justice-impacted young brother. The press, the DTF, the manufacturing, we're taking folks who could not get a job. We started a transportation company, right? We pulled up in a Lincoln that's Transco South. That company is so that brothers and sisters who have done their time and come home, they've done their bid, but they can't get a job because society looks at them a certain way.
So what do you say to that young man that, and I don't know if this may have happened to you, but I'm out, can't really get a job, can't do this, and I get that phone call from a homeboy that remember me from the past, say, hey, I got this.
You got to make.
I got this play. You want to get back?
You got to remember where you left.
Yeah.
But it's faster. I can get it faster.
That's fine, but you can get back there faster.
Real fast. And it's longer to stay there.
Because I don't know if that's happened to you. You got a phone call like, hey, come on back.
I'm the man, so you got people that maybe expect me to be a certain way since I've been home. Like, you want me to take care of the world. I've been going, that's God's job. That's not my job.
Yeah, because you was taking care of a lot of people.
I had to learn that that's God's job. That's not my job. I had a saying, if you in the same position as when I left, or worse, and God didn't do nothing for you, I'm not doing nothing for you.
I know that's right. Okay.
Let me ask this question, and this could be for you, John, and Meech together. And I want to go back to the Rick Ross song just for a second, because he mentioned you, and right after he mentioned you, he mentioned Larry Hoover. You know what I mean? And me living in Chicago, I know how much Larry Hoover Jr. has been now advocating for his father. You know what I mean? They did the big concert out in L.A. at that time where Kanye supported. With the OGs like you or Larry Hoover, like a Larry Hoover Sr., would you guys ever be in a position, or even with you, John, or with BMI, is there a way where you guys with the OGs and the knowledge that y'all have in the direction that you're going now in life come together and kind of do something to influence the kids?
If they bless him to come home, Hoover needed a governmental pardon. That's a special pardon. He needed a pardon from the president and the governor. The president pardoned him.
Yeah.
The governor didn't, so he still got like 200 and some years in the state, if I'm correct, But at the end of the day, like, even the concerts that Kanye and them did for him, like me having a little insight to Hoover and his family, he was nervous about that, because that just, to the outside world, to y'all, it's like, oh, Kanye and them doing something big for Hoover, Kanye, Drake. But Hoover nervous because that just proves his influence.
Yeah.
So this is like more of a reason to keep you locked up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's good to receive the love and support from a new generation, since he's been locked up since '79. But at the same time, being him or being Big Meech is scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't look at T.I., I think, wrote a letter for me, E40, wrote a letter for me for clemency. They don't look at it as some positive people going to bat for you. They look at it as that just proves your influence.
Wow.
You got influence over these type of people.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right, you can't get around it. You can't get around it. So you just got to be blessed. Like me, when I signed for the 30 years, you know what I'm saying, it just felt like that God would do something for me along the way. So 30 years, I would have done 27, 5, and there a few laws changed, and the First Step Act that Trump passed ended up bringing me home in 20. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of 27.5. So, you know, at the end of the day, like you said, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you're this influential person, but which is more of a reason for them to let you out and use your influence in the right way. But they so scared of you, they just feel like if you just tell everybody to just snap on the world or snap on the
It's
government,
gonna happen.
How you do
that
it?
it's
Right.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because, and I want y'all to respond to this. It's all right. We're like I said, glorifying. If we say your name, we're glorifying this drug dealer. If I got a son and a child, and they go research you, I got all my rappers that I look up to doing a concert for this dude. When why y'all ain't celebrating a lawyer or a doctor?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what do you
Because
say to
it's
that?
not attractive. It's not attractive like to be a lawyer. Like you it's not attractive. You went to school and obtain all this knowledge, and even if you had a hard life coming up and you chose that path, people don't. Everybody can't take that path. A lot of people ain't smart. Some people can't even read and write.
I really don't think that that's it. Because I think from me being around and seeing and how it's, I know a doctor and a lawyer that's doing well, and they ain't never do a damn thing for me. I done came to 3 BMF parties. Y'all done fed me, made sure I was good.
Absolutely.
Made sure everybody. So I think when you look at it like that, like, yo, not only is you're not just a drug dealer, you're somebody that came in your community and you took care of the community and you put money back into the community.
Of course.
That lawyer or whatever,
I mean, everything
He's worried about
everything
himself.
I did, the government do.
yeah.
That's where I was
You
going.
know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Facts.
technically, everything I did, the government do. Like when you had the Prohibition era, that's what
Yep.
what Farrakhan meant about the Kennedys. You had the Prohibition era; they sold liquor and cigarettes. You see what I'm saying? Tobacco
Yeah.
was illegal.
Yeah.
You see
Those
what
were
I'm
drugs
saying?
considered drugs at the time.
Right. So they got all these. They have all these stores, liquor stores in our neighborhoods and stuff like that. Not putting it on another race. You know, I'm not blaming our faults on another race, but I'm saying I haven't done anything. You can't say, "Oh, Big Meech destroyed communities." Oh, the government destroyed communities.
Shoot, and now they making money off
Right, they
weed and
destroyed-
marijuana.
They destroyed, right,
How
you
you
know what
do
I'm
that?
saying? But
and
it's-
still will lock you up over it.
Right, but it's
you
legal
can't
at
get
the
the
state
permits.
level,
Right.
but it ain't legal at the federal level.
Yeah.
No, that's the truth. America's been like that. Whether it's the cowboy era, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's the Prohibition era, whether it's the Al Capone era, they've always promoted those images, and people have always been infatuated with those images and those lifestyles. You know what I mean? But when we get caught up in them, it does do the most damage to us.
Right. I mean, they done. Look how many movies been done on the Italian mafia
Right.
Yeah.
over Lucky Luciano, Al Capone,
That's true.
Maya Lansky. So when they do a show on Big Meech,
We
I'm
celebrate.
sick of this. They glorifying this
glorify
drug
it.
dealer and this, that, and the other. No, I
don't want my son looking at
I
him.
know.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done a lot of positive stuff. You know, like I said, it's the right way to do wrong. I done a lot of positive stuff. I was raised in a good home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My home I didn't have a junkie home or alcoholic home. Like, my mom and dad didn't do drugs. They didn't drink or nothing. They went to church every day. So I'm seeing they struggle being good people. They on welfare. My mom got to act like my daddy don't live with us. He got to come in from work through the back door. Stuff like that. So people don't know that part of my story. And to see how I'm looking at, like, come on, my daddy is pawning guitars. You know, my mom mad because daddy buying too many guitars.
Man,
and
I
then
know
you
that
got to
about
find the guitars.
My
and pay
dad
the
played
bills.
bass. I
Yeah,
know
to pay
about
the
that.
bills back, yeah.
Mama pay half on all the bills. She never pay the whole bill. You know, and then it's don't answer the phone. That's why the feds wonder why they couldn't catch me on the phone, because I never liked the phone. My mom said,
Bill collectors was
don't
the
answer the
feds.
phone, even if Jesus called. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the era I come up in the era like I never grew up talking on the phone to girls.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So my phone was for money. My phone, if I'm talking to a lady or something, either you coming or you ain't.
Yeah.
You in New York? Okay, I'm gonna fly you to Atlanta or LA or wherever I'm living. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's for.
I'm over here
I'm not
laughing.
finna sit up here and just go, hey, now I need you to get in the car, go here, take this many things. I'm not doing that. I never felt comfortable with the phones. Even to today, I got 4 phones right now.
That is a little crazy.
You know,
4 phones is ridiculous.
I got 4 phones, but they for different reasons. Like just well, you know, I want this person. I want everybody on this phone. The few important people, real important people, is on another phone. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. But like, I really don't like phones.
So, there's 2 crazy rumors I want to ask you about, right? So it's going to be totally left from this, but I have to get this answered, okay? Now, one of them is that once upon a time, T.I. told this story, and I'm pretty sure you know that. Well, maybe you know what I'm about to ask you. One time, I heard that a woman was paid $10,000 by a certain somebody to fuck a dog.
Nah.
That's not a true story?
No, we don't
It
do
wasn't a dog?
No, that's disrespectful.
Okay.
I'm not.
You know he tells this story.
I mean, everybody know I'm not. That's disrespectful.
So that never happened.
Never
to
happened.
your
That
recollection.
never happened.
Okay. And
Never happened.
okay.
That's disrespectful. I never disrespect women. I never allow my men to disrespect women that be around me. If you blessed to be in my presence, or whether you was a part of my team or not, and we got a bunch of girls around, whether they strippers or whether they just our main ladies or hanging, like, it's no disrespect to it. That's disrespectful.
That's it. So you wouldn't do that?
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
You know, I don't know what made him tell that story right there. Like, he could have told a lot of other stories that were true and that we had some fun at, but was
that's
not one
it.
of them.
Okay. And the second one is that women can't sit in the front seat.
Nah. Who told you? That's where the woman
So
belong.
they say that
That's where she
the
belong.
women ride in the back and the men
That's
ride in the
some
front.
That's something they do in D.C., I think. I don't.
Yeah, so that's
from-
not like a
no,
thing that
that's not a
BMF stood by.
Nah. Now, if you
Depends on who the girl
if you
is.
talking
Sit your ass in the back.
A lot of times we in coops. We
Yeah.
in 2-seaters, so ain't no back.
Yeah.
It depends on who the woman is. Why you up
But
there?
I don't want no dude sitting behind me because I never know what this dude might do.
Yeah.
Especially if he ain't one of my mans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even the 4-door is like a 2-seater.
So the women do sit in the back because you don't want a man behind you.
No, I want the woman on the side of me. I want to rub on her leg.
And again, it depends on who the woman is.
No matter who the woman is, I'd rather put my hand on her leg while I'm driving.
Sometimes I had to sit my boy sitting up front.
That
Sit in the
stuff.
back.
You knocked all 4 of his phones down. Thanks, Kyle.
I didn't knock his phone down.
I'm joking.
2 out of 4.
Okay. PJ Rose. Why did y'all go for the
Oh,
PJ
man.
Rose?
You know, what people didn't understand back then, I think they might be more aware now, is that every champagne has a rosé. You know, because people, I done been in Dallas, Texas. Y'all, let me get some of that TV video drink. You know, that's what they used to call it. And you know, Rosé Cristal, like Cristal was a good drink and good champagne, but Rosé Cristal was a little harsh. Perrier Jouet was a little bit more smoother to me during that time. So I really was pushing the Rosé Perrier Jouet brand. And I was probably before going to prison, about to have a deal with them. So I probably would have been the first person before Jay-Z to actually push it.
Y'all bought so much of it.
Yeah, because we bought so much of it.
Yeah, you put me
know what I'm
on.
saying? So, like, and also at the time, you know, champagne is like it's harmless. Like, you don't see alcoholics off champagne.
That's true.
That they, you know, sitting outside the store waiting on the liquor store to open for a bottle of expensive champagne. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's like, so you know, I kind of like took it to the next level when it came to that, and kind of marketing and branding and trying to get a deal. But it got a deal probably dealing with that. I think one of my not my birthday party. Was it my birthday party? No, I think it was the label release party I had at Centennial Park, and I had an ice wall for the Rose Perrier Jouet, and I think Perrier Jouet had a cognac coming out called Mum, if I'm correct, and they gave away $20,000 worth of free cognac.
That's crazy.
At one of my parties.
What?
I can't remember if it was my birthday or
I
the
don't want
party.
to hear about them no more.
Nah, it was the best parties. I've never been to a party like it again.
I'm here in Atlanta, and I used to just see. It looked so much fun, man.
It was so much fun. It was.
That was a good area. That was doing like Freak. All that area was just amazing. Atlanta ain't been the same since.
Freak Nick, and all of that. People try to show the bad side of it.
Freak Nick was
show
fun.
the real side of it, like the networking.
Mm-hmm.
Like you really networking. Like you got people from all over the United States and some parts out of the country.
Yeah.
That's here. That's at Freak Nick and enjoying themselves, and you networking and you putting things together. I met a group of college dudes, different races, and they all work production for Revolt. They all went to school together. You see what I'm saying? So like Freak Nick was like that. Like it's networking and stuff.
Did you see that documentary that they put out about Freak Nick?
I seen some of it. I didn't see the whole thing on it. And I seen the Magic City doc. You know what I'm saying? I think they could have done a little bit better because it's a lot more standout moments.
Yeah, y'all definitely was a pillar in the Magic City community.
Yeah, for sure. Magic City Gentleman Club, like it was, that was a big deal, and that was networking also.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of people from different cities and states that was in.
Cause they dedicated a whole episode to y'all part of the Magic City documentary,
But,
right?
I mean, a lot of it they focused on me, and that's a good thing because in all actuality I changed it. Now I changed that. That's part of the culture. It's so many things that I changed in the culture that I may or may not get credit for. You know what I'm saying? But that was a big part of it. Like Magic City was instrumental in my livelihood and just being able to put on. Like I always say, Atlanta introduced me to the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being from Detroit and coming to Atlanta introduced me to the world because the world came to Atlanta.
But Atlanta is influential. That's why we need to get a Freak Nick version of restoration and representation. Okay, you think that we could get
that together.
because we want to get that many people out, right? Like to get behind this initiative and to make sure that we're changing things in the community. Because we could talk about the past all day, right? But we have a lot of things ahead of us. We have a lot of things we want to see you do great to even bring other Black people, Black men into the situation. How do we make this as big as a Freak Nick, or where are we going next?
We got to do it at Magic City.
Okay.
Let them twerk a little bit and then you come out and say, y'all had a good time.
Yeah.
I would be disingenuous
I mean, that's
if
kinda
I
sounds like
ever
a good idea.
said I did not go to Mr. Magic's
Come on
location. I went to Tuskegee University. I spent a lot of weekends
HBCU,
up the
baby.
road.
Let's
all
talk
day, all
about
day,
HBCUs.
But I spent a lot of days in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Strokers, Club
Baby
and
Blue
League,
went
Gold.
there.
I've been all over Atlanta. You
Baby
understand?
Blue.
Baby Blue, he
Rest in
graduated from
peace.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
I made him. He wanted to quit college and just hang out with us. I said, if you quit college, ain't no hanging out with us.
Oh, I
Bro,
know that's right.
Do y'all see why I keep smiling all day, man? Because, bro, at the end of the day, it's so important that we create space for folks who have done their bid and come home. For anybody that survived as long as OG has, it's a lot of them out there. How do we give space for them to come home and impart wisdom to us?
Embrace them.
Yeah.
Embrace. Now, I will say this. I will say that in this day and age, a lot of felons is being hired to do a lot of things because one thing about being incarcerated so long, they know you're willing to work. You see what I'm saying?
Work.
They know that you
Get to
putting in the work. So now it's not as bad as 20 years ago coming home from prison the state or fed, and you being denied this, the opportunity. Now, damn near everybody got a case.
Yeah.
Or had a case.
The president got a case.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's more prevalent now that, you know, they hire ex-felons.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever the case may be.
It's true that we do have more examples of folks who were just as impacted being able to find gainful employment. It's also true that the laws and the conditions are changing every day, making it harder for us to just exist on the streets.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah,
That problem is you correct when it comes to that. You know that you come home and now you're walking on. I've been walking on eggshells for 20 years. Now I come home, I got to walk on eggshells. My supervised release is for 5 years if I have to do it all. So now I got to walk on eggshells for 5 years.
Right.
And ignore any kind of outside distractions while you're doing that.
What are some of your restrictions during that 5-year period?
I mean, you know, you can't move like you want to move. I can't just come to Atlanta and say, hey, I got to do radio up there.
Right.
He got to, like what he did for me, what they did for me, they had to send the forms and let them know that this
You got a
is a real
request.
thing.
Yeah.
But
Was it a hard
in
process?
a timely fashion. No, it wasn't.
It's not a hard process, but it's a process.
It's the fact that you have to do it.
And the fact
Yeah.
that you got, so the thing we tell people all the time, to your earlier question, like, how do we make this bigger? So BMI exists in Georgia. This is our home. This is where we started it, right? But we are in Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, North Carolina, Louisiana, the DMV, right? And we follow the same roadmap that our civil rights leaders follow. I'm never going to show up in your neighborhood telling you what you need to do. The only way we open up shop in your neighborhood is if somebody from your hood called and said, hey, bro, we need y'all to come do that over here. And the way we operate, I'm not just going to pull up in your shop and send some cats to teach them how to do it. No, I'm going to find out who's already doing the work in your community, and I'm going to plug in with them. I'm going to find out what they need. We're going to figure out how to get them grants. We're going to figure out how to grow organization with them. Like, for us, the way we make this pop is letting everybody know, as my grandma would say, we all we got, but we all we need.
That's right.
Like, at the end of the day, when Meech, when you talk about having that law passed that allowed you to get an earlier release, I don't want folks to get it twisted because he said the name.
Yeah, he
of
said
who
the
passed.
guy's
So
name.
I want to be
and we
clear
don't.
about this. Oftentimes things happen that we can benefit from, but it wasn't meant for us. Don't get it twisted. They don't care about us.
That's what Michael Jackson said.
They don't value us, but they extract from us everything that's shiny, that's dope. When you talk about the lifestyle, the culture, man, we set the pace. We set the policy for the whole world. The diaspora is us. It's melanated people.
Yes.
No offense to anybody else. No disrespect to anybody culture. You know what I'm saying? But everything I eat in a black and brown household got seasoning. Everything that we do got its own special flavor. So we have to just be proud of what we do and how we do it. And then you said something that was so powerful, bro. Later for the hate, later for the disrespect, later for the anger. And I'm not mad at nobody.
Why would you focus on it?
Yeah, I wake up every day so
Focus on
proud.
something positive and a positive route, the positive narrative. Why would you focus on something negative? Like, if you feel how you feel about me, I don't care. If you feel great about me, hey, that let me know maybe I'm on the right path or to keep doing what I'm doing. And if you feel negative about me, something you don't like, okay, either I can make a mental note of it and correct myself if it's some validity to what you're saying, or I can just brush it off.
Yeah.
You see,
that's
that's
the
like
restorative piece.
you got to be able to decipher the two.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with our people. Period.
Yeah.
You can't like I said, you can't get 100 comments and 90 of them good and 10 of them bad, and you let the 10 bad affect you.
Right.
The
That
90
one
comments
don't
That
stand
one,
out.
yeah, that
boy.
one will get to you
That one is stand out. I got time today.
But that's
You
what
gotta
I'm
think
saying.
about your
Your
mental.
perception is your reality. What I hear me saying is that you can get 99 great
Yeah,
comments, but
that's
that
true.
one comment holding you back. But you know
Man.
why? Because in your mind, your perception has made that one comment bigger than all the other 99. It's all about how we look at the world. I could spend all day talking about how black men are mistreated, how black women get disrespected, how, there's a divide between brothers. Ain't no divide between us. I love my mama and my sister.
Right.
I love my auntie.
Right.
Let me ask you this. Just think about it in this fashion right here. You got all kind of electoral races, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mayors, councilmen, governors, presidents, all this stuff. Okay, everybody don't vote in the person who wins way. So is those people going to let that affect them? Are they going to issue a special punishment for the people that didn't
Trump,
vote for them?
yes, he kind of is. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the
Trump
thing.
ain't doing nothing nobody else ain't done. Like, you can't name a president that you didn't have an issue with. Obama included. Like, he wasn't perfect. There's a lot of stuff he didn't do. He didn't release no high profile people, but Chelsea Manning for treason. But he ain't let me and my brother go. He didn't do nothing for the mayor of Detroit, Kwame Kilpatrick, Mayor Nagin from New Orleans. He didn't, the hedge fund people that was locked up. He didn't do nothing for nobody but Chelsea Manning. You see what I'm saying? So like at that now he let some people go. I had a partner with 2 life sentences that he let go. So he did some good, but I'm saying there's no perfect person in this world. Big Meech ain't perfect.
Right.
Obama ain't perfect. Trump ain't perfect. Nobody ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? And like, so when you look at it, like you can never vote. Everybody voted. When Trump, I remember in prison when Trump first term came. Oh, we were sick. Oh my God, this man might give us all life sentences. Like that's how we felt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, when he came. Then he turned out to be all right the first time. But it's still a lot of people that like him because the basis of his fans is white supremacists. He's not a white supremacist, but the basis of his
I feel like he is, but
He's an opportunist.
Yeah, he is an
different.
opportunist.
You can feel like he is, but you can go back to way before he was president. And when he was hanging with Mike Tyson and messed with Michael Jackson, and he done that. Like this presidency wasn't even in the future.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So now when he become president, it's like, oh, Trump, he racist, he this, he.
But I do feel like the Central Park 5 had a lot to do
Right,
with
he
the
was
reason
racist
why
back
we
then,
thought,
but look, we
and
just ain't
him
had
not
nobody
That was a
renting,
bad decision.
but him
on
not
his part.
renting his properties to black people as well.
That was a bad decision, or he made some bad decisions on his part. There's no perfect people in the world. That's what I'm saying. Like especially being a person that's under such scrutiny like myself, people be highly critical. Like I can't give one interview and it be all the way right. You know what I'm saying? If I do something, if I say something, or I didn't touch on everything that somebody wanted me to touch on, so I'm wrong for that. Like, we wasn't talking about that.
Look, somebody gonna hear the last 4.5 minutes of this conversation and walk away talking about how you a Trump supporter. That's not what you said. That's not what you said. You know what I'm saying?
I want to put it like this, though, and I said this on air. If I'm looking at 20, 30 years and I see Trump in office, you literally said, you looked at it, we all.
Oh, man, we messed up.
But he turned around. Even if he's doing it to get black votes, he started letting us out.
When we put Biden in position and he said, I got y'all, what happened?
He didn't got
So
it.
if I'm looking
nobody.
if I'm looking at 20, 30 years and he get me out, man, thank you, Trump. Like, I ain't saying he's all
then
perfect.
They say, well, that law been on the table. I don't care. He passed it.
So you got to understand
So I
the
get
truth
what
about
you
see, the truth of the dynamics is, and that's why I go back to what I said. Man, we ain't rocking for none of them. You feel what I'm
that's
saying?
a fact.
At the end of the day,
thank you.
Like we
That's
tell
what I'm
people
saying.
every day,
That's what I'm saying.
We're
saying
not
the same
choosing-
thing.
yeah.
Like, you can't
You're
pick
saying
the
the
right
same thing.
person.
yeah, ain't no such thing.
Put in there.
We're not choosing our champions. We're choosing our opposition. We choosing the landscape upon which we're going to fight. I don't care who gets elected. I know as a black man in America, I still have to fight. I know that none of them are going to create laws that make it equitable for us. That's why we do what we do.
That's
the
right.
whole reason why we got to be self-sufficient, why we got to be able to care for ourselves, why it's not good enough to get a seat. I got to run a slate. And the people who become elected officials have to be servant leaders. I need them passing out groceries with us at our season saint events at these elder care facilities on Friday.
Right.
I need them showing up when we
they
do our
still won't
mentorship
be
program
right.
with the
And they
kids.
still, yeah.
And they still won't be
Yeah.
right.
They still won't be
But
right.
if we train them, then they're better. Because what you said, we ain't gonna find perfect. But what we can do is make sure that people understand I'm not gonna sit back for anything.
Yeah.
I ain't going for the
That's
okie
right.
doke. I'm not waiting on somebody to come pick me off the street. So when we talk about mass enslavement, to mass genocide, to mass incarceration, to mass deportation. Now we get into mass eugenics. Like when I have conversations with folks and it's like, yo, they're starting to have these tech billionaires, these super wealthy folks. We're not their end user anymore for their products. It's nation states, it's governments.
Right.
They're starting to ask a very dangerous question. How many of them do we need? They talking about cutting off. When they shut down SNAP benefits, that wasn't a fluke. Trump's first presidency wasn't a fluke. That was a pressure test. Now they're starting to erode the civil services,
Facts.
the social networks, the program. Why are they doing that? They doing that because they trying to weaken us.
Yeah.
They doing that because all of these dystopian, crazy, futuristic shows that they putting on the air, this is somebody's fantasy for how black people, how poor people are supposed to be. I'm not waiting on anybody to decide my fate.
That's right.
They might get me, but I'm getting a few while I go.
I know that's right.
They gonna have to take all of us.
Yeah.
And what we're building with BMI, to your question, they can come get me.
Yeah.
We got 1,000 waiting when I'm gone. I'm not the leader, I'm a leader. The reason we reaching out to the OGs is because they have extreme value.
Right.
In a time when nobody respected who black men were, Meech did something that everywhere you go, people talk about, man, they had cars lined up. They bought out the bar. They closed down the club. He put up billboard. Bro. Forgive me if I'm getting y'all censored. We call it RNA. He had the raw nigga audacity to get out in the street and show the world.
That's right.
Yeah, that you could bring.
He popped his
together
shit. Yeah.
From all, and to somewhat pat myself on the back. A lot of my guys didn't sell drugs. A lot of my guys just
Thank you.
loaded and unloaded the cars. Made millions of dollars.
He fed the streets.
The feds couldn't give. How you gonna give them a case like they didn't sell drugs? They wasn't running around selling drugs. They were just, hey, open. I can trust them. Help me count this money.
Right.
Do you think you'll be able, this is my last question for you, but do you think that you'll be able to change the narrative of Big Meech being the biggest drug dealer there was to Big Meech being the biggest black businessman?
I think it's going to coincide. Because at the end of the day, that's who brought me to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So they're never going to forget that. And I'm not trying to make them forget that. I am trying to let them understand that I'm a changed man. I'm a changed person. I did what I had to do for those circumstances during that part of my life. Now I'm in another part of life. And that part of my life kind of helped me become who I am today in a more positive light and do things in a positive way. In a legitimate way, you know what I'm saying? It's more money out here, it's more information out here, you know what I'm saying? So now you got more of our people with LLCs and trusts and all this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Nonprofits, and knowing how to run them correctly and receive the money and become tax-free, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of information. That's why I say we live in an information era. So I think that Big Meech gonna always be Big Meech. My former life is gonna always be with me. I ain't gonna say in front of me, but I'm gonna say right side by side. It's gonna run neck and neck. But it's also great to look at what I came from and how I changed. You can actually see the change. As a person that was relying on getting, 1,000 kilos every 10 days to now running a legitimate lifestyle for my family, for myself, and everything. That's big. Like that's a drastic change, and it's definitely a difference in monetarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
In the beginning.
Yeah, at the end of the day. But my goal is to become a billionaire and being able to help my people and everything too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanna. That's why I'm doing this thing with him. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to show that like it's really money in doing the right thing. you got real money and doing the right thing. It's a lot of people that run legitimate business that patent their lifestyle off of me. And they tell me and give me the credit all day long. Oh, man, if it weren't for you and them Smack DVDs and Raw Report,
Smack
this, that, and that,
DVDs.
everything, that helped me through that era. You know what I'm saying? And they learn how to take and do it in a legitimate lifestyle.
Right.
They didn't run around and just try to do exactly what I did. You know, they just took the blueprint and did it and put it in their everyday legitimate life.
Yeah.
that's
John,
what's
how
up.
can people support y'all mission and what you got going on to just as a unit all together?
So
How can they do it?
We rock 365 in these streets. It's always at BMI Georgia on Instagram, at BMI Fun on Instagram, BMI Georgia Facebook, info@bmigeorgia.org. But also, I think the biggest thing you could do for us, anybody that's listening, we got a saying at BMI. Don't let your worst experience with me be your best memory of me. Everybody mess up. Give grace. You got brothers and sisters, aunties, uncles, daddies, mamas coming home. Man, allow space for restorative justice to happen. Please give them a chance to show you that they've healed, that they've grown, to make amends. Because sometimes people can show up at your place and, yeah, they did you dirty. It was a bad look, but they trying to do better. But if you don't give them a chance to do better, who gonna give them a chance to do better? And maybe you can't open your heart up to give them that space. Cool. I am not here to tell anybody what to do. But I will say, if we could all reflect on not just the person who harmed us, but the times when we did harm, right? Because everybody get to play the victim, but we all survivors. Who did you hurt? What nasty piece of work did you do? So before you point that finger and judge somebody else, man, look, show love.
I just feel like, man, every time you talk, man, it should be like some music.
Nah, because he's good. He do this. That's what he do. He good.
It's like you want to sing after, like, I believe the children. It's like a song got to be next.
My grandmama thought I was going to be, unless she used to tell me, it's God-made, self-made, and man-made preachers.
Every hero got a
It's
theme.
hilarious.
Look, I'm a run.
You got your theme song.
It's like some music got to be played under you.
Look, if I'm over here with theme music,
Hey.
that man got a band. He got a whole marching band behind him. Stop playing.
Every time he do it, like he talk, just put some music on it.
I love when he
that
talks.
just go viral.
I listen. My boy John got something to say, and I'm listening every time. Okay?
John, how can they follow up with BMI, man, and whatever everything else I got going on?
So real talk, tap in with us on Instagram. Make sure you tap in with us. So BMI runs, 365. Like, our men's circles are the first and third Wednesday of every month. First Wednesday, if you're in the Atlanta area, man, stop by. We will be at Exchange Park 6 to 9. If you're there for the third Wednesday, come by CT Martin from 6 to 9. It's an open container. It's the only thing that we do that is only for black men and men of color, right? It's the only place where we don't allow
That's all right.
sisters
I ain't trying
in.
to go to that anyway.
You want to come. You want to be there because brothers be deep. We be 150, 200 deep.
I heard y'all
But,
outside.
but really, the reason we do that is so that brothers can have that safe, unapologetic space to say whatever's on their mind without being worried about whether or not they offending somebody. But
Yeah.
go ahead, get off your chest, and then we're going to check you. We're going to work it through. We're going to process it. But then beyond that, we run our speed therapy sessions once a quarter. We bring a crew of clinical psychologists, social workers, and therapists together, right? We sit down in a room full of men and women, right? And we ask, what brought you to this space and what do you want to get out of it? And it's just like speed dating. Everybody get 5 to 10 minutes, right, to talk to a therapist. If you make a connection,
I love that.
we pay for your first 2 sessions.
Yeah.
Like, hurt people, but heal people, help them. Like, we out here doing the work.
I love that.
And then beyond that, man, we are always in the streets. If you see a BMI logo, T-shirt, whatever, we tell people all the time, we the bat signal for black folks. We the bat signal for people of color. If you hurting, if you need help, reach out to us, info@bmigeorgia.org. I swear to God, on game, within 72 hours, somebody is going to hit you back. But also, show up.
Yeah,
Show up so we can show out together.
Yeah.
that's what's up.
You got a couple of extra hours, tap in with us. We got something that you could do. Come volunteer with us. Come help our community get better. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep it up, man. You're doing good work, man. We want everybody to support what you got going on. Of course, right now you've been locked in with us. John Taylor III is here
Yes.
representing BMI. And, of course, the living legend, Big Meech. Appreciate y'all both for pulling up.
Thank ya.
Oh,